My dear children of class 2. So children, what we are doing in English grammar? Which topic are we doing? Yes, describing words or adjectives. Fine. So today we are going to learn comparative adjectives. You know what do you mean by comparative? Comparative means when we compare between two things. Right? So come, let us see few examples and then we will do written work in our English workbook. So come, let's begin.
Comparative adjectives. When two nouns are compared, it is called comparative adjectives. Comparison between two things. So let us see few examples. Now can you see there are two dogs, okay? And the comparison between two. One is big dog, the other is bigger dog. Bigger than the first one, right? So the comparative adjective is bigger. Let's see another example. Now there are two pencils, right? The blue color pencil is short, and when we compare the other pencil, that is the green color, that is shorter, right? So comparison always happens between two things, differences, right? So the comparative adjective here is shorter. Fine. Now look at this picture. There are two boys running and the word is fast, that is the adjective, and the comparative adjective is the word faster. So the boy in front is faster than the boy with the green shirt, right? So here the comparative adjective is what? Faster. Let's see one more example. Now children, look here, there are two boys, okay? One is strong, the red t-shirt, that child is strong, and the other one is stronger. So that comparison is taking place between two persons, right? And the word stronger is comparative adjective. Fine. Now we'll see some of the comparative adjective words. Small, smaller, big, bigger, high, higher, tall, taller, long, longer, and short, shorter. So the words smaller, bigger, higher, taller, longer, shorter, these are all comparative adjectives, and all that is ended with ER. Fine. So now we'll do some written work. So your English grammar book, page 21. We can use adjectives to describe the difference between two things. Okay, as I told you, we can compare two things. Okay, we find the differences between two things. Now, these two are what? Jars. A big jar. Okay, and when you compare this jar with this, so what do we write here? What can you see the difference? A bigger jar than this jar, isn't it? So when we are comparing it, the comparative adjective of big is bigger jar. Bigger, okay? Now, you see there are two trees. So we are going to compare between this and this. So this is a tall tree, a tall tree. Now when we compare this tree with the other one, so the difference is what? This tree is taller than this. So a taller tree. That means the difference is this is taller. So the comparative adjective of tall is what? Taller. Fine. So here adjectives that show the difference between two things are called comparative adjectives. For example, bigger, taller. Okay. In most of the cases you will see the adjective, when we add ER, it becomes comparative adjective. Let us see. Complete these sentences choosing the correct form of the words in brackets. A football is dash than a tennis ball. So comparing between two balls here.
football and tennis ball. So a football is big than a tennis ball. No, when we compare, what do we write? Bigger. Fine. So we write bigger. So big is the adjective and bigger is the comparative adjective. Comparison. Okay. Bigger than a tennis ball. B. Paul is dash than Ahmad. So you see here, two boys are here. So Paul is fat than Ahmad or fatter than Ahmad. Comparing. When you compare, fat is the adjective and the comparative adjective of fat is fatter. Fine. So when you compare two things, Paul is fatter than Ahmad. It is followed by than. Whenever you compare two things, it will be followed by than. Tara is dash than Rohini. Old or older. Right? The comparative adjective. To the adjective old, we add er and it becomes comparative adjective. Right? So older. Than. Remember, okay? So when it is than, that means we have to use comparative adjective. That is older. D. The giraffe's neck is dash than a zebra's neck. So here you see two animals. Okay? Than. That means we are using what? Comparative adjective. Longer or long? Right? Which one is comparative adjective? Longer. I told you most of the word we add er. Fine. So the giraffe's neck is longer than a zebra's neck. Fine, children. So children, kindly know the words comparative adjectives. Right? So we have completed the written part. Today we have done comparative adjective and we have done written work on comparative adjectives. We'll meet again in the next class. Till then, bye children.